We're going to move now to Molly Line, who's in Providence, Rhode Island, near the scene of the shooting, and she's got some updates. Molly, if you're on, please tell us what you've got.
Hi, Joey. I'm just on the edge of the campus, and it's really a heartbreaking scene here. I think the most important thing, and you've reiterated that throughout this hour, is that the suspect is not in custody at this time, that there is still a manhunt underway and a shelter-in-place order. We are just on the edge of campus here in the building. This is where the press conference was held not too long ago. And the nearby streets, some of them are blocked off, and there are shining lights from all of the different agencies that rushed here to get onto this campus. You've mentioned as well that this campus is intertwined with the broader Providence community, with the broader Providence city. It's a very urban campus, and this shelter-in-place order remains in place. As you look around, it's a very urban area where there are homes right on the edge of campus with Christmas trees and Christmas lights shining through these windows. So a lot of people understand would be very, very concerned. I just came through in the Providence downtown area as well, where the big restaurants are. Not a lot of cars in those parking lots. It may be that this is really reverberating throughout this community as the manhunt continues underway. You mentioned all that we know right now about this suspect is that the individual is dressed entirely in black. That doesn't give us a lot to go with, and we don't know where this individual has gone to. So there's no further description beyond that, which the question is, are we on scene? We're here on the cusp of the university, just outside of Brown University, but without knowing where the shooter has escaped to, we don't know how much farther that perimeter could ultimately expand as this manhunt continues. Joey, I want to send it back to you because I know you guys have covered a lot of ground over the course of this last hour, and you can ask questions and I'll see if I can answer anything that you haven't spoken about so far. Go ahead.
Yeah, just real quickly, you said you're there where the press conference took place. During the press conference, mostly local law enforcement officials that came to the podium. I don't remember if they said when the next one would take place. Are you getting any word on that, and if federal officials will be involved in that?
Yeah, we haven't gotten a timeline yet as to when exactly the next press briefing will be, but they're expecting the governor to join here on scene, so he'll be joining the further press conference. We also know that the Providence Police, the Brown Police, and the FBI are all working very closely hand in hand in this. We know other agencies are on the ground as well, the ATF, for instance, and a multitude of other nearby police and state police as well from all of the surrounding communities are here in this area. The main focus, not on is generally on this manhunt, on ensuring that people stay safe, stay locked down, stay hidden, and ensure that they don't encounter this individual as the hunt for him goes on.
Molly, it's Tommy. We've been watching the scenes unfold there, and a lot of flashing lights and a little bit of movement, but mostly a lot of flashing lights. Can you give us a perspective of what the access is like in the area? If you're seeing mostly those various vehicles acting as blockades, do you see law enforcement going door to door? What is it like, and how easy was it for you and your crew to access this area, or is it pretty locked down?
I think I was able to get to this area because they want the press to be able to get to this building and to be part of these briefings and to be able to get this information out to the public. But I can say some of the streets are blocked off entirely by emergency vehicles that similar to what you would see at another big emergency where the vehicles themselves are acting as the road blockades. And that could be possibly, for instance, in the wake of the Boston Marathon bombing, you saw the perimeter expanding and expanding as they were trying to lock down a given area. So that seems to be what's happening here. And it's both potentially related to the hunt for the suspect, but also protection for many of the students who we talked about were on campus at the time that this occurred. Final exams literally underway in the building where the investigators say that the shooting unfolded, that you normally need a pass to get in and out of this building. But one of the authorities, the school officials, mentioned that because there were so many people coming and going, that it's possible that someone held a door. We do not know how the individual, the shooter, got into the building, and we're still waiting on further information, potentially about a motive, how targeted this was or not.
Molly, it's Julie. What's your experience so far when dealing with the Providence, Rhode Island Police Department? Every police department, as you know, works differently. Some don't talk to the press. Others love to talk to the press. Here in New York City, you can't get the cops to talk to you. They just won't, unless you have sources, behind the scenes. So when you got there, were they forthcoming? Or, it does seem that they really don't have any answers. They might be looking for them through the public, which I would imagine is one of the reasons why they held that news conference. But so far, sort of what's your take on the ground upon getting there?
Well, I think you're right, Julie, that in the coming hours we're going to see more of that cooperation expand, particularly if they get more information about this suspect. You would imagine that they're checking cameras, seeing where this individual, trying to track this individual, and if they get good images, I would not be surprised at all that in the coming hours, in the coming days, we get some of those images and they want us to share them. I would say right now they're working with they're willing to talk to us and they want to talk to us and they want to get this information out, which tends to be what happens when there's a manhunt. I wouldn't say that the Providence leadership here or that the police department are particularly anti-press at all.
Okay,
I've covered big stories here in Rhode Island in the past 20 plus years, including the station nightclub fire in Warwick, Rhode Island, nearby Warwick, Rhode Island. They've handled big events, big horrific events here in the Rhode Island state before. Something like this happening in Providence, though, has never occurred before. However, they did make a point during the press conference to note that, like many other places that have a big university, in this particular case, a very elite institution, have worked together to create a task force and to respond to just this type of event and to train together to do that. Very, very sadly, tonight, they were forced to do that on this Saturday afternoon.
Molly, it seems like there's some stuff, folks coming in around you. Hopefully, more word coming soon. We want you to stay with us. We're obviously going to continue to monitor the manhunt for the shooter at Brown University, who killed at least 2 people and left 8 others in critical condition. We're going to be back in just a moment. Everyone, please stay with us.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.